Hey, good evening. It's Friday, April 3rd. So good to be with you tonight. Another really cool psalm, Psalm 131, is to encourage people as they went up to worship. And the beauty of now is that we are with God all the time. As Paul encourages us in Romans 12, our life is about worship. And as we come before God, all the things that are around us, the frustrations, the pressures, the struggles of life, this psalm puts us in perspective that we are in God's hands and there is no better place to be. Short psalm, but comforting and beautiful to us. He says, Lord, my heart is not proud. My eyes are not haughty. I don't concern myself with matters that are great, too awesome for me to grasp. You see, he's acknowledging that there's more going on here than what he can control. He acknowledges that this is not about him, this is about God. And when he looks at the world around him, I wish it were this way, I wish it were that way. I wish the president did that, I wish somebody else did this. I wish my boss was like this or whatever. If these matters are beyond us, because they're in God's hands. So he's learned how to be content. So he goes on. He said, instead of this worry and anxiety, instead, I've calmed and quieted myself. And then the Bible uses this amazing imagery of everyday life. It's right there in front of us. Like a weaned child who no longer cries for his mother's milk. That's how he's become calm. Yes, like a weaned child, my soul is still within me. A little child, the imagery, who was always hunting his mother down. Again, in that culture, the weaning process was later than sometimes it is now. So you can envision a little child, or even a child who's nursing, when it's time for food, they can be quite insistent, quite persistent, quite aggressive. And what he's saying is, I've become like a child who no longer has to chase down his mom for milk. He's been content, he's calm, because he knows he's in care of God. So he says, "O Israel, put your hope in the Lord, now and always." So we get this beautiful imagery of a child who has been blessed and cared for by his mother, and now is ready to move on into full-blown young childhood and the rest of life. He's not running down mom all the time. He's content with where he is. And so the psalmist is saying in this psalm, put your hope in God. Trust in him right now and always. And that is a really cool thought to end tonight on. Like the turmoil that goes on around us, turn from that. Don't make it too big a deal like we can change the world. We can't. But we can honor God. We can be like that weaned child. Turn to God. Put our hope in him, because that is what is sure. Really cool thought to end this week. You have a great night. And, you got the parenting workshop in the morning. And more everyday thoughts tomorrow. Lord bless you and have a really good evening. Trust in God and growing in his wisdom and grace. Good night.